Hi, welcome back to Mechanic Garage. Last video, you'd see me get the gearbox out of the Peugeot. It's on the bench in front of me. There's your gearbox, and it's ready to take to bits. Now, bear in mind, I've only watched this on YouTube to see what's in there and see if there's anything nasty that I needed to avoid. Hopefully I can get it right as I take it apart in front of you lot. So if it all goes wrong, you saw it too. Right, I'll start getting this end cover off. There's a couple of snap rings in there that hold the gears on. They could be the only awkward bit, really. Good start, there you go. That's what I say. Dropping bolts. So if I put the bolts that come from that in that, salvage that gasket, that's quite soft still, that's good because I haven't got a new one. Right, there's your fifth gear end. Let's see if I can simulate it. Where's the other rod? There. There you go, that's in and out of fifth gear. And that's reverse. It's clicked on that gear underneath, so that's reverse, you heard it clunk. So that's one bit. Right, let's have a remember. And remembering isn't my strong point. There's a pin there, is it? Yeah, pin there, get that fork off. And you can lift the fork and that off in one go. There's a snap ring. And a circlip, actually. That's a snap ring. Right. Okie dokie. Oh, and yeah, when you set this off, don't let it fall to bits because they'll little springs and plungers will go everywhere. Stick my glasses on because I'm blind as a bat these days. Best circlip pliers in the world. This is a good start. Come on, off you get. There we go. Put that in the end case. That should come out with that. I'll leave that for a minute. Is that a roll pin or a grub screw? With a roll pin. Go and get a punch for that. So I have to spin it round. Spin it round for access to that one. And that should come off now. I'm keeping this fifth gear in one piece and the synchros together. Yeah, that's basically half your fifth gear. Don't let it fall to bits. You know damn well it will fall to bits, don't you? You know damn well it will now. In fact, I'm going to put a cable tie around it because there's a lot of pieces in there that can vanish. In fact, that's not too bad now. I'll get that. That snap ring to get that one off. Then there's a couple of plates there. And bearings should then stay in. Apparently these are very, very tight. I've seen a guy knock them sideways to crack the thread lock first. I'm going to get a cable tie for this. Right, that's now tied together in there. There's a clip here. Now I don't know whether that needs to come off. I know these do, and then the bearing will go through, and then maybe the bearing should stay on that shaft. Right, so I need to try and get this snap ring off without losing it. I ain't got any proper pliers, but that's working. As long as I don't bend it or break it, we'll be fine. There you go. Slightly bent, but I can put it back. Nothing's ever easy. Little spring washer to hold that in, that's why that was tight. Just handy to know. Right, that should come off. Get a couple of levers. By levers I mean screwdrivers. There we go. Slide that off. That's just the back of a bearing. Put that where it came from. It will get knocked over and go missing, but at least I've put a bit of a thing at the back, so I can't lose anything down the back of the workbench, because that would be the next thing to happen. Right, I can't remember whether that clip needs to come off or not. I know these do. Let's try and get the thing for those. Yeah, basically was hitting them sideways. And it's done quite a few. Just to crack the thread lock. Apparently, never had to do that before, but that's one thing he specified. So I thought I'll take his advice. I haven't done one, he has. It may have worked, may have just been the fact that no. I'll give that one a bit more of a hit. And if something's not going to come out, it's always the last one. Oh, that's not funny. Get those loosened out. Once they're moving, they're okay. Now the problem we've got is this last one doesn't want to play. There's like a shim that holds a bearing down. There you go, that's just dropped in, that's good. So that's that one. Goes with that side. Right, this one, luckily, I can knock it this way, which will try and unscrew that at the same time. Maybe. But I think this is just going to strip. Yep. It did say they were tight. Next size up. Now it's been modified somewhat. Oh well. Have they got a collar on? No, they're just standard bolts. That's good, I can replace that as long as it's flat enough. No, it doesn't want to undo. Get a place in it where you can dent into it, and then hopefully get it to turn. can replace it afterwards, it's not a problem, but that's assuming it's turning, which it is. Good. He did say they were tight. As long as I can get it out, I can replace it. Try my grips to get it out now. All the specialist tools. It's gone loose enough now, should be turning okay. Come on. Obviously I'll replace that when it goes back together. Yeah, I made a bit of a mess of that. I don't know if it's focusing or not. Standard. And I get this locking pole out. Yeah. That goes on that side, so I'll put it that one. Alright, next job. The bolt's all the way around the outside. And I don't know about this, whether it needs to come off or not at the moment, but I think it just stays on there. I'm not adjusting that, whatever that is. When you take them out, as with anything, if there's any longer, make sure you know where they came from. You usually get a tell because the casting will be taller, like here. You thought I'd think I planned that then. Missed one there. Yeah, those three that side. The rest of these are all the same length. There's one behind here. Another long one. Right. Now, top of this should come off. And a couple of points where you lever the case apart gently. Delevering it. There. You've got like little bits you can get into. There you go. It is. Just wasn't quite in the right place. Oh, that's just a counterweight in that case. Right, so that's now starting to come off. Bearings are going through. Right. A moment of truth. Okay, that's catching something on the inside. So I shall now go to the video I was watching. Just make sure it, I don't think that'll be it, but you never know. There's definitely something catching it because it's coming off to there and then stopping. He just literally did that. I don't want to play. Right, just remove the reverse light switch. Maybe that goes through quite a long way and I didn't see him do that. Yeah, that'll be it then. Reverse light switch holding it, and then you lift that off and there's all your filthy gearbox. And you're seeing this at the same time I am. So, the bearing in question is there, but I don't know if that's ropey or not. It's engine speed related, which means it's this shaft. So it's either that bearing or that bearing. And it's always that one, apparently. Reverse gear and shaft out. Right, now is the bit where he said, don't do this or you will break. And there's a pin here. I'll bring you in a bit closer. Everything's grotty. But bring you a bit closer. To get this lot off, there's a pin in here. And if you've got it in that position, apparently you break off that section of gearbox. So you need it in that position. So you don't. I can leave that on because this is all coming out in one big cluster. Yeah, it's engine speed related, it's not that one, so it has to be that. They're the prime suspect. Find out in about 2 minutes. There's the pin. There, that round bit. There. Knock that out in that position so you don't break anything down the back of there. But yeah, there's your gear clusters. Not much else to see. I haven't got the U bearing yet, it hasn't turned up, but in theory that should lift straight out, and I'm hoping that that bearing there is noisy. Okay, that should be all the way out. Right, there you go. Right, now we're getting somewhere. And the spring's in this, so I need to be careful. Pull this shaft out. then you've got that, which take this pin out now, and then I've got this spring here which I don't want to lose. There you go. Quite a long spring that. Select that open at the back. Right, so in theory now, this lot should all lift out in one go. Like that. There's nothing else I need to do with that, maybe a bit of cleaning and things to make sure that stays in the right place there. So that's that done. And this is your input shaft. Now that bearing sounds okay. As does that one. Oh no, I don't know if you can hear that. Well, let's put it this way. I've got a new one of these coming. I'm not putting it back in with this in. So I'm going to knock it off and clean it out, and if it's rough when it's dry, we'll know it's that one. Okay. That'll be pressed onto there, so it'll just need a bit of a persuasion to come out. That one. No noise, that one. I was hoping that the parts would be here by now. But the good thing about filming it is I've got half a chance of remembering where it all goes back together. So it's not just for your benefit, it's probably more for mine. So let's get this bearing off and I'll wash it out and we'll see what state it's in. There you go. Just press fit onto that piece of bearing shaft there. Nothing noisy about that. Yeah. Ah, yeah. You can feel that going dunk 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 dunk. Yeah, that's notchy as hell. Haha! The beauty of YouTube and diagnosis over the internet. I'll give it a wash out and we'll have a look how bad it actually is. Spun it around now. Just give it a quick wipe out. And there's nothing really to see, but if I put it to the microphone and roll it, it doesn't sound horrendous, but it's not smooth. I can feel it clicking in my finger. Not as bad as I was hoping it would be, I'll be honest. But they're the prime suspect. I've got a new one. Hopefully it turns up soon. And then hopefully I can get it back together before I forget where it all goes. But next time you see me, I'll have a new bearing. Thanks for watching. See you in a minute. Just done a quick post-mortem. Split the bearing in half. And you've got some signs of wear on the inside, but the central bit, see where you are, should be nice and smooth. You can see on there it's discoloured, and then you get to that bit there's your issue. That be your noise. Yep, that's it. So as soon as a new one turns up, we'll have a new gearbox. Hopefully.